Today, my topic is about creating your identity in youth ministry. So I'm going to talk about why is that important and how can that help you grow your ministry. So it's not really just trying to play it cool, be trendy, but it really is important to grow your ministry in the long run. And as young people, we appreciate if things are pretty and cool and, it makes us look good. So I hope you guys can learn a couple of things or two in here. So before we start, I actually have a video for you guys to set the mood and the tone of why am I really passionate bringing beauty to the church and in what we do. So there we go. There you go.
And again. There you go.
This is my wife. She's great. Wow. In fact, she's so pretty we make more of them. That's what I do. I make stuff. But every time I make something, I can't help to wonder why bother. To figure it out, let's go back. No, further. No, even further. There we go. The beginning. The first 5 words of the Bible. In the beginning, God created. It's the first thing He did. And that's true every time that we create. We're sharing in that first thing that He did. So, man, it should be beautiful. Sometimes I see this, and this. But there are people out there doing this, and this, and this, and this, and this. When I see great work, I wonder, how the heck did they do that? How do they take their ideas and share it with me in a way that moves me to my core? So I decided to go to those people, and I asked them, if you could tell your fellow artists, makers, creators, and thinkers anything, what are your first 5 words? This is creative. Over 50 artists, authors, filmmakers, designers, architects, chefs, and other makers. On the left side, they share their 5 words in a beautiful way, and on the right side, they break that down for about 300 words or less. I love this book, and I'm sure you'll like it. If you don't like it, you're probably the kind of person that doesn't like chocolate pudding and dancing toddlers. You monster. Buy one or buy a bunch. Buy them with a pack of prints or a pack of notebooks to keep all your ideas. It makes a great gift for anybody trying to bridge the gap between their art and their creative. We've been working with a printer in Illinois, and we look forward to delivering before Christmas. Oh, and those dancing toddlers. Listen.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop there with the dancing toddlers and continue. We can watch the baby at the back. Oh yeah, it's still an infant, but way better, isn't it? So I hope that really get the message across to everyone here, because branding and making your message clear and beautiful will make it even more attractive for young people to hear what you're trying to say. So who here has a problem with leadership burning out? Raise your hand. Who here has a problem with keeping people in and numbers decreasing in their youth events? Who here has leaders doing things on their own? Oh gosh. We are all in the same, but we are all facing the same problem. But one good thing is branding can change a little bit and have maximum impact in your youth group. Who here wants to grow their numbers? Who here wants to have good leaders, a clear vision and mission? Branding can help you clear that. Tick all of that box. How can that work? How can that work? I'll explain to you. So the church says God created the world to show forth and communicate His glory, that His creatures should share in His truth, goodness, and beauty. This is the glory for which God created them. Catechism of Catholic Church does not mock around art, does not mock around beauty. It is an integral part of our faith. We look at the person next to you. Aren't they a masterpiece? Tell the person beside you, you're beautiful, you're handsome, I'm pretty. Tell that your beard is nice, you got, there you go. Yeah, we are God's beautiful creation. Yeah, so in the same way, our youth group should be filled with beautiful people, beautiful message, and presented in a beautiful way, right? We are beautiful creatures of God. Why do we don't, we need to affirm ourselves a little bit more, right? Not to be vain, but because we want to give glory to God. Yeah, I'm God's creation, I'm beautiful, God is, praise God, right? So, right. So my question is, if your church is like this, it's really beautiful. This is South Perth St. Columbus. So they have really beautiful interior. It's such a beautiful church. It would be great to have your wedding there. It's wonderful. Actually, I went to a wedding there last year, if you know Montana. Who here know Montana and Luke? Their wedding was there, I was there, it's so beautiful. It's not the photo, but you know, you get what I mean. Now, let's have a look at their website. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at that. Who wants to criticize this? Go Joey, what do you find wrong with this picture?
The whole sort of like layout is completely not really.
Does it reflect the beautiful architecture of the church?
When they release a Vatican music.
Yeah. I mean, the church is a popular place for weddings, and what? I mean, it doesn't make sense why it doesn't reflect in their website, right?
It's like 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I feel like the only people that goes there are like
Exactly, and we're a youth ministry. If we want to get married, why would we go to this website to book our wedding, right? Or, I don't know. Anyway, so, moving on. If you really have the heart of worship and a service and everything else in the ministry, why would you bury it under bad design? It would turn people off. Who would want to go to a badly presented event, right? If I made a poster and put it up in like a cardboard like that, who would think it's legit? It's so dodgy, isn't it? So that is my question to you today. I know we plan a lot in our ministry, logistics, and design sort of just becomes second priority. But it's what people see first. Your poster, you send poster to everyone. If it does not appeal them, who would even bother reading the details? I mean, just delete that. Anyway, so today I'm gonna speak about branding and define it so that it can help your ministry. So like an example of good branding, thank God we have Life Team, and also Ignite Youth. So they are very forward in their strategy. They use a lot of graphic designs, like the lines and the gradient, and they're very cool. I want to be part of that conference. They look like they're having the time of their life. And they have solid logo that is a reflection of their mission. So, who here has logo in their youth group? Yeah, that's good. Now we're gonna go discuss how you're gonna improve them, okay? Let's look at the time. Okay, so branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So this is what branding is. So what do people say about your youth group when you're not in there? Think about it. That is your branding. So for example, Nike. Yeah, or how about Apple? Yeah, that's the message they're bringing in. What about Netflix? There you go. So what about Mercedes? Wow, right? What about this? Can you hear the sound of that bubbling Coke? Right? So when people hear a live youth ministry with First Youth Ministry, what do they think about? What's the first word that comes to? When you think about CYM, what do you think? Great. So how about Catholicism? When we're not in the room, what do people say about us? Do they say bigots? Do they say what do they say? So that's branding. It's really powerful. It's really powerful. When they say SFC, when they say Bateman, there's already that perception that people have, and branding can help you correct that or go towards your demise. So it's a very powerful tool. Yes, do you have a question?
What was the difference between branding and reputation?
It's almost the same. So branding is a mix of all of this. It's like a culmination of reputation, your identity, your message, and how you're gonna present that to people, to all channels, print, online, events, messages, emails, newsletters. It's the whole way of communicating. So it's not just one area, it's holistic. So okay. So how are you gonna do that? So branding is simply telling a story about who you are and inviting people to participate. So who are you? What is your youth group all about? Who are you as a leader? And do people participate in that? So if you want to do good branding, you need to tell people who you are, but have you defined who you are in the first place? Do you know who you really are, and what is your youth group trying to do? What is the purpose of your youth group? So if you don't know who you are, how are you gonna tell people to join you, listen to you, see who you really are, and have a clear picture of your youth group? You have to define these things before people can actually participate. And branding helps you achieve that goal. That is so these are the reasons why branding is important. And I will share you 5 reasons. How can you clarify who you are? How you can strategize your way of presenting yourselves. So the first one is creating trust. So when you have branding, good branding, you create trust amongst the people that go to your event and those people who perceive you. For example, Caritas. They have a really good reputation. Their branding is really good. They tell people what they do and the services and the lives that are affected by your donations. Oh, wait, what happened? So you're more likely to say, yeah, my money is safe when I give it to them, and it goes to a good cause. Comparing to, yeah, like we need this cardboard with scribble help is a little bit dirty compared to a well-presented poster. Who will people trust more? Will give their money more? Will give their resources more? Branding will get you more money because I wouldn't give money to people I don't trust. I mean, if you're in a bus stop, someone's like, do you have a change? Do you have a change? I have a lot of change, but I don't trust you. Why would I give you money? Who knows? You're gonna just use it to buy whatever. So, and next is clarity. So branding will help you achieve clarity. So let's do an activity. Do you mind taking a piece of paper and pen and write down the first things that you associate with the word that I will say? So grab a piece of paper and you can write it on your phone if you have a memo. All right. There's there's pens there. I don't have paper. No. Okay. All right, cool. So, are you ready? So the word that I want you to think of and write all the things that comes to your mind. So I will say a word, write everything in like, I will give you 15 seconds and write everything that you associate with that word. And the word is love.
I'm not ready.
You will never ready. Okay, go.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, you got like 10 seconds. Anything at all. Love. What comes to your mind when you say love?
Can I wait on my mic? I don't want to hurt myself, even though I've already tried. Actually, I'm going to commit to it.
Yeah. Okay, time's up. Okay. Jet, what's the first word you wrote? Go.
Marriage.
Marriage. Who here wrote marriage? One person. Nesia, what did you write? Nothing. Okay. You, what, you didn't write anything?
No, I'm sorry.
What's the first thing that you wrote?
Patience.
Patience. Who here wrote patience? Oh, one person. What did you write? Your first word?
Joy.
Joy. Who wrote joy? Oh my God. See, we don't have clarity. We thought of the same word, but everything else is different for everyone. And branding will achieve clarity. So, So when you say mouse, and then other person thinks of the computer mouse, and the other one is like an animal, both are correct, but there is a failure in communication. So in our activity, it's so weird, right? We thought of it, we heard the same words, but it meant different from us. So if you have branding, you will achieve a certain clarity in your mission, in what you want to do, and achieve that. Not just in abstract thought, but in actually words, graphics, pictures that will help bring about your message a lot more clear. Because unless you put it into words, other people are free to interpret whatever they want. Like marriage, patience, joy, right? So the first one is trust. Branding will help you create trust. The second one is it will create clarity. And the third one is branding will help you be consistent in your message. So, who am I? And I need to say that again and again and again and again. One day I say I'm Marian, next day I say I'm Nesia. People will get confused, right? Right? You will have an identity crisis. That is so true. So, think about it. If we change our logo every year, would you recognize who we are as an organization? If you change your font, you say, oh, today I want a curly font. Oh, next one, I want like a bold font with brush strokes. Oh, today I will do yellow because it's summer. And then next year it's winter, I'll use blue color. So branding will help you solidify your identity in visual forms. So if you want to use photos, consistency, like for example, Life Teen, they have a very distinct way of using their font. You see it across their posters. They use the black graphics across their posters with their liturgy planning guide. So, and they are very creative in using different graphics, like a poster, a minimal poster, illustration, and they keep these things, the type, the shape, the black and white graphics across the board. So that's a really good example. So think about that when you're making a poster. So do you put flowers in your one poster and then the next one you put in their cars? Or the next one, or like, you put, think about it. How would people remember who you are if you keep changing your face all the time? Have you seen that movie? The one that the person changes face? Right? So consistency is the same with your message. If you say, oh, we're this type of group, then the next time say, oh, we're actually this type of group, people won't relate. It's like they'll be confused, and you will be confused as well. The next one I want to share is really important. So branding re-emphasizes your mission. So we are, as a Catholic Church, our main goal is to bring people to God, to bring the gospel. So think of the cross. It's an image. It's a beautiful image. People die fighting for the cause of this image. Until now, we are being persecuted. But what about your youth group? Are you willing to put it in front of your t-shirt? And let people know you're from this organization? When you're in uni, do you wear your youth group t-shirt, or you kind of just hide it? Are we, branding will make people come together under one banner, and it makes it visual. It's like, who here likes wearing branded clothes like Supreme or Adidas or because they know that the message of those clothes, they like it. You're happy. So it's the same with branding. It communicates your mission to a wider audience. So as your youth group, think about your mission and think about how are you going to put that up in your newsletter, in your poster. Would people be willing to share it on their wall? Or this one is so iffy, I don't wanna, let's just put it in the bulletin board where people won't see that. So it's a challenge for us. So if you wanna maximize your numbers, if you wanna get your leaders have an easy job making their work, branding is your friend, it's not your enemy, okay? So, and if you're not creative, you're having a hard time, find someone in your youth group that is into arts, or you can ask us. We will help you, okay?
Marian, do you want to brand my youth group?
Sorry?
Marian, do you want to brand my youth group?
Oh yeah, you've got Phoebe. Phoebe is amazing, okay? All right, so tips on how to do efficient branding. So if you don't have a logo, this is how I would suggest. Based on the ministry transformation toolkit I downloaded online. They have a lot of strategy in here. If you are interested in learning more, I can give you some copies. So choose a font and bold the first word. That can be your temporary logo. If you don't have, right? Okay. And also, choose a font and commit to a font. Some websites to use free fonts. We like free stuff, right? Google Fonts, thefont.com, or Font Squirrel. So think about your youth group, who you are. Are you a traditional intellectual person? Use a Libre or a serif font. Or are you a modern edgy? Are you edgy? Are you cool? Are you trendy? Use Quicksand and other sans serif font. Or if you're upbeat or friendly, you use Lato. So a little bit more.
Anyone who's Comic Sans is clearly from the 2000s.
Theo uses. So choose a font and commit. A font is kind of like your voice, right? So, do you change your voice like every day? No, when people hear you, they recognize it. Oh, that's Marian. Oh, that's Jet. Oh, that's Keisha. Who here can hear Vincent laugh across the room? So it's the same in fonts, okay? Another technique is type hierarchy. So you see in your bulletin board every Sunday like this. So the challenge is create something that would break down the level of information. What do people see first? And then the second they need to see, and then who reads that, right? So it's trying to get as much attention as much as possible in a short amount of time, in a short amount of area, okay? Colors. I know it's difficult to pick a color. So in color theory, associations of feelings are connected to different color. So for example, think of the hospital. What do the nurses wear? White, blue, light blue. What happens if they wear red? What would that make patients feel? Yeah. Would you feel calm if you see the nurses wear red? Oh, we're just gonna do a checkup right now. No, so think about your identity, who you are. Are you a young person that is alive and full of spirit, charismatic, and then you can go to warmer colors? Or do you want to be a little bit more toned down, a little bit more professional, a bit more mature, use a little bit more light, cool colors, blue, purple, a little bit more saturated, like us, we're cool, right? But we used a fun font, so it kind of like balanced it out. So a good friend of mine designed this, I think Paul Bowie, who's the original designer of CYM, so really good. And so another websites or Catholic influencers that I would like to share with you are these. So Life Teen, Bishop. If you're not following them, this is a good chance right now. I'll give you 2 minutes to follow them, and then we'll go ahead in our activity. So
There's another one called CGC Goldfield or something like that.
Oh yeah, do they follow you? Like,
I think so, yeah. They're amazing at what they're doing on Instagram.
CGC Goldfield.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So in branding, all of these things play an important part. Your website, your newsletter, the way you say things, the way you word things, the way you present things is a reflection of your mission. So if you have a person new to you trying to join your youth group, how would they find you? Would they go to a website? Do you even have a website? Or do they need to go to a Facebook page? Do you even have a Facebook page? And is your contact details there? Is your event details there? Would they be able to recognize you in real life? You get what I mean? Does that make sense?
Sorry, it's youth.cg. So youth.cg.
Yeah, they're good.
So for our activity, we have 20 minutes. I would like for you guys to brainstorm. There you go. Brainstorm. There you go. You have. There you go. Here. Can you get one and pass? There you go. I think so. Yeah. Each of you guys. Oh, sorry. There's one in there. You guys have some?
Oh, wait, one between what?
Just have one paper each.
Oh,
Yeah. So in the next 15 minutes, you can brainstorm with a partner or with a group and choose 5 keywords to describe your youth group. Because these keywords will help you clarify your branding. It will help create trust. It will help keep your mission consistent so that people will, yes.
Is it what we're doing right now, or is
Yes.
it what we are trying to be doing?
What you are doing right now. Branding is who you are. Who you are, who am I? Do you wanna, you're not you, yeah.
No, you don't run next. How's that sound?
you are trying to do. You are trying to do. You're trying to build a youth group. Okay. So think about the past things that you've done. There's like some guide questions there in the back.
Some guy question.
Yes. So, yes. So there's really fun questions. At the bottom it says, if your youth group is a celebrity, who would she or he be? So I really want you guys to imagine, personify even your youth group. If your youth group is gonna have a mascot, who would it be? What? Yeah. So find someone that you can brainstorm with. Probably the person next to you to think about that afterwards. Yep, you guys can brainstorm together. We are going to be finished in 5 minutes, so I just want to ask some volunteers to share some keywords and why did you choose that keyword to describe your youth ministry. I think we can get everyone to share maybe one reason, one keyword, and then why did you choose that keyword. Who wants to volunteer? Maybe Ergi, you want to volunteer? Share one keyword to everyone. Everyone, guys, let's sit and listen to each other. Yeah, maybe can we do that and respect someone giving their sharing? Yeah, we're sharing one keyword that we chose to describe our youth group with everyone else, and why did we choose that? Okay, so let's start with Ergi.
The only one that I wrote. Charismatic.
Yeah.
Charismatic.
Yeah.
Do I have to explain why?
Yeah. Because we can learn from each other. Yeah.
I find that one of our stronger points are a love for music, and I feel like there's a commonality in terms of how we fell in love with Christ. It was through music, and
Yeah.
we'd like to bring that back up to Him through music. I think that's one thing that we all agree.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. That's great. Anthony.
Okay.
Yes.
One of the ones that I wrote was like food aspect. So
Because Vincent is in your group.
yeah, that's one of the reasons. But still, I think that brings back to the Theo's talk before, where you need to have a little bit of fellowship. And I found that having food there, people sitting at the table and having the food actually start communicating and talk about the day or what they go through.
That's so
If you
good.
just have like games or programs, they don't have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
So, and it feeds them as well. Anyway.
That's great. Thank you. And Jesus ministered on the table. The Last Supper, breaking of the bread, the wedding in Cana. Jesus is all about food, bread for the journey. Bread for the journey. Yeah. All right, Ryan, let's go. Let's go with your keyword. Yeah, just pick one word, and why did you use quiet? Why would you pick the word quiet?
They're all obsessed with the idea of being introverts.
I see. Right. Introverts are a very good personality that can change the world. Steve Jobs is an introvert. Neil Armstrong is an introvert. And a lot of many creatives are introverts, so tap on your potential. Great. Dread.
Chill.
Chill.
Yeah, what you said.
Chill. Like right now.
I mean, like, we're just sort of go with the flow, able to like be flexible with whatever happens and face it as a group, really. So.
Wow, I love that. Wow. Thank you, Dread. Briar.
So,
It's like I'm
So for
watching.
one,
I would say something bad.
for our youth group, we have community. It's a really good environment for our kids to talk to each other and support one another, and they all have in the same beliefs and and they just build relationships and building relationships with them as well.
That's great. Joey.
Yeah. So for St. Joseph's and young adults, I think the key word for us would be like intimacy, or to be intimate, because like a lot of us
or a lot of the people that I meet through that area, they're not afraid to be vulnerable and show themselves to other people. And as soon as someone has something that they want to share with someone else, we realize that a lot of us are able to sort of give each other support and that sort of thing, which I think is really important for young adults in that area. So.
That's so good. Good job. Keisha.
I didn't write this down, but I just thought of it. Familial.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, even though we're not actually family, I feel like our youth group does have that familial vibe. Whenever
Oh.
I don't know, we've got
Yeah.
good relationships and good vibes happening at the moment that, what? Like, it feels like you're part of the family.
Oh.
And yeah, so when people come, it kind of feels like they're welcome and they can be part of this kind of family in Christ in a way.
That's so good. What about Maria? So Maria is from 24/7.
Yeah, so I've been 24/7 in ministry at Jesus, and our key point is turning our hearts and minds towards Jesus. The key thing is actually a Bible verse, and my key word was Christ-centered. And what I noticed was there was a distinction between having a peace of mind and a peace of soul. So no matter what anxiety or suffering you're going through, like bullying or like broken relationships in your family, you can still have that peace of soul where you know everything will be okay as long as your heart is in Christ.
That's so good. Thank you, Maria. Well done. Wow. What about Bateman? Who wants to share?
Well, we had two, one of each. So, I put relationships there because I feel like having a sense of community and like having routines have like a role model that we look up to, but that are approachable and very willing to explore.
That's good. Thanks, Rachel. Yes.
And then that has transformative, with a few kids that I definitely think were
Transformative.
And we've actually come up to self or some other leaders and spoken about stuff that's traumatic for them in their lives and want to move up. Or, chatting, I didn't realise what I was doing was a sin. How can I, better the situation? So inspiring.
That's so good. Thank you all for sharing. That's so good. Sometimes we underestimate what we do. And I want to take this opportunity to affirm each and every one of you that you're doing God's work. You're planting seeds, and that's what's important, okay? And now I want to end with another video to help us create a renaissance in the digital world and bring Christ in the internet, okay? I hope this works. Oh, it doesn't work. Wait.
Name the created things, to work, to tend the garden, to finish creation. And this work was, in the beginning, God pulled mankind as man and woman from the dust of material creation. And he gave us authority over the sum of his created universe, telling us to name the created things, to work, to tend the garden, to finish creation. And this work was without labor, and the work was good. And God walked in the garden and conversed with us, co-creating together. But man desired to be God. And in that pride, it drove a rift in creation. Not only have we fallen, not only do we need redemption, creation has fallen, because God gave us authority over creation. He said creation is yours to name. So, we're in need of a rebirth, of a reawakening from the dust of death and creation in need of redemption. In essence, we're in need of a renaissance. What if the disciples today actually started a full-force missionary effort, a campaign with the Spirit of God to bring forth a new renaissance in the digital continent? If that happened, the effects would be extraordinary. It took roughly a couple hundred years since the death and resurrection of Christ for an empire to become a church, and now it's traveling at the speed of walking. If we're traveling at the speed of digital, how long will it take for the church to transform? I'd like to issue this challenge. What if the people in this room committed to unity, committed to fervent prayer for a renaissance of the digital continent, and committed to entering into the fray? We could transform the world in 10 years. Realistically, 10 years. It took Facebook 15, we can do it in 10, we've got the same followers. Let's do it.
Thank you guys for coming to my workshop. I hope you enjoyed it. And the part 2 is Nesia's talk after lunch. So if you want to keep on in this tone of voice and going more into the digital world, how we can create sense online, go to her workshop.